Welcome to my channel. Today's story is thrilling and suspenseful, like a real blockbuster. The guy said he's from China, and Meilan couldn't help but laugh and ask, "Are you here for the food or hunting for treasure?" He leaned in and whispered, "I just off." Meilan worked until the early morning and crashed on the couch, completely out cold, until her husband came home and woke her up. Her husband kicked the couch and yelled, "Are you kidding me? You believe in Dogecoin investment? What is this? A scene from a scam." Now their family was facing bankruptcy, and he was so furious, ranting at her until he dragged her away for talking to. Huangmao messaged Meilan asking if she wanted to meet. Meilan hesitated, a horrifying plan forming in her mind. Meanwhile, Zhengge had his own schemes brewing. After work, Zhengge met Zai, his middle school classmate, and said, "A high school friend wants to flee abroad for a huge sum, 500 million. Coastal pass was already secured. He couldn't show his face, so Zai just had to do the delivery for a sweet 30% cut. Zai eagerly agreed. Meanwhile, in the sauna, Kang was late for work. The manager warned him, 2 late arrivals and you're out. Kang thought to himself, what a death wish of a rule. After the manager left, Kang whispered, "Has anyone come for a package?" The co-worker replied, "No, but a girl came seeking a missing husband." Kang looked at the flyer and found it was Meilan's abusive husband. How did Meilan's husband go missing? Let's rewind a bit. Meilan and Huangmao were tangled up in bed. Huangmao accidentally noticed Meilan had bruises and asked, "Are you a victim of domestic violence?" Meilan didn't want to admit it. She shrugged off his hand and tried to leave, but inside, she was secretly thrilled as she had Zai wrapped around her little finger, ready for her act. She used all her savings to buy her husband pricey car insurance and luxury shoes, thinking, if something happens, I'll get 500 million. A show when Meilan planned to give Huangmao her husband's photo and a bar address. After he saw it, he told Meilan to go home and get a good night's sleep. The nightmare was supposed to end. Little did Meilan know hers was just beginning. Back to now, Kang's wife was hospitalized after her mother-in-law pushed her downstairs. Luckily, just a ligament strain. Kang returned home to see his elderly mother and felt deep sympathy. Why is life so hard? Coincidentally, Zhengge felt the same way. She just signed a paper and was burdened with a massive loan shark debt. Luckily, she had a brilliant classmate. She thought once this deal was done, she could clear the debt. But then Zai called to say he hadn't heard from Zhengge's friend. Cop then knocked on the window, asking Zhengge if he'd seen the person in the photo. Zhengge leaned closer. "Whoa, isn't this actually my brilliant classmate?" Zhengge put on an expression of "I really don't know," but his heart sank. The cop stated the person in the photo was Zhengge's high school mate with no reason for him to not know, yet Zhengge claimed no recollection. Suddenly, light rain began to fall, and the cop plopped down in Zhengge's car, introducing himself as Old Ma, here for an investigation. Zhengge nodded. Old Ma asked, "What's good to eat around here?" Zhengge wanted to get the scoop on his old buddy, so he took him to a sushi spot. After a satisfying meal, Old Ma told Zhengge, "Your buddy used Dogecoin investing as a cover. He scammed billions. Now he was on the run." Zhengge couldn't believe it. His heart sank in despair. Old Ma asked Zhengge if there were nearby bars for a party. Zhengge was busy, and Old Ma joked, "Going home to be with your wife?" Zhengge sighed, "I don't even have a girlfriend." Just then, Old Ma's phone rang, and he hurriedly left the sushi. Kang woke up shocked, realizing his mum forgot to boil water. He quickly turned off the stove and checked the time. Oops, he was late again. He quickly called the manager to apologize, but the manager didn't give him a break and fired him on the spot. Kang was furious. He worked hard for over 3 years and was fired for being late twice. He hopped on his bike and rode straight into the pouring rain, determined to do something about it. A month ago, Meilan got a call from Huangmao, who excitedly said, "Mission accomplished. The body is buried. I'm on my way back." Meilan was stunned. She didn't expect Huangmao to be so dedicated. He handled everything. What a hard worker. She bought the car and assured it was all good to go for compensation, but Huangmao said his phone was dead. More info later. After the call ended, Meilan was ready to explode, but just then, she heard the door opening outside. Meilan froze. What's going on? More confused, Zhengge just left the sushi shop when grabbed by Mr. Park. Also captured was Zai, and Mr. Park impatiently asked, "Where's Wu Yi?" Zhengge hastily pulled out his phone. "The week's not up yet. Why are you grabbing me?" Mr. Park smirked. He slapped Zai across the face. "This punk just told me where'd get Wu Yi tonight." Zai jumped up to apologize. Zhengge started to panic, saying, "Zai isn't lying, it's his friend who bailed." Mr. Park warned Zhengge, "You've got 2 days left, and if you don't see the money, the tide will take you down." After Mr. Park left, Yu's heart raced. He was terrified. "I didn't make a dime. Why am I then just dead, Mew?" Zhengge rose, took out Lucky Strike cigarettes. He'd cracked down on illegal immigrants and faced gang retaliation. Luckily, he stepped out to buy those cigarettes right before a truck crashed into him. Since then, he only smokes these, praying for luck. Meilan couldn't get through to Huangmao's phone, probably dead. Just when she thought it was hopeless, the doorbell rang. It was Huangmao. "Everyone, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Today's story is explosive and absolutely a must-see.